overlap as is, so you're not really snipping any roots or that. With these potted trees, I don't know what size this would be. What would this be, a 5 gallon or something? No, that's 5 gallons.
I think that's 3. This is what the maple came in.
Okay, so if this is your pot, and you're going to plant, so you could actually take the pot itself. You can probably pick it up and the pot will stay attached because you got to use a little force. And use it as a guide. You could dig your hole and start putting it in. And you want the like the surface level about the same height as the soil. And don't be fooled, not the surface of the pot. Like you can see this one, the soil's only halfway up that pot. So actually your soil line's here. So really you only have to go there. And one of the reasons too, if you put the tree in too deep and then you fill it in, say like your tree's in, and that might be the height of your crown, of the root crown, but you've put it in a deep hole, so now you fill it up to here. That could actually kill the tree. What would happen is, due to watering and whatnot, the soil, it would get that bark around there so wet, it would start rotting the bark, and even maybe bugs get in there and multiply in there and start eating that rotting bark. So that's one good reason why you want to keep it at the surface. So they actually say the bark of the roots and that is different from the bark of the trunk and upward. So it can't handle all that dirt around it. And you'll see it even with the city, like city trees on your boulevards and that, they planted it too big. Or another problem is too high. Maybe they couldn't dig any farther, so they just look around. They did it a lot in Scarborough, I know. They couldn't get any lower, so they just planted it high. And what they did was take mulch and just build a mulch up around the base of the tree. And I think they call it piping. I'm not sure. There's a few terms, but you build that mulch up, and if you've ever put your hand in mulch, you can feel the heat. Even in the winter, you take a shovel of mulch away, and you can see the steam coming out because it's the mulch breaking down that creates that heat mass. So now you've got this huge pile of mulch built up to the base of the bark, and the heat's actually worse than the water rotting it. That heat will just cook the tree. So you want to keep the mulch fairly, don't build the mulch if you're doing your own trees or plants, don't build the mulch up against the trunk of the tree. You'll get that heat generated and it may kill the tree. And even too much mulch on might kill the tree because it's still that heat generated cooking the roots around the base of the tree. So watch out for that.
Okay, so the depth of the hole should be the level of the soil in the pot, not the height of the pot. So maybe we can mark, if it turns out to be lower, maybe we can mark the outside to make it easier.
Well, yeah, again, you could do it by the eye, because if this was a tree in the
for the
pot,
volunteers.
and they're not going to be very big, these trees. You can almost pick that tree up, the pot will stay attached, put it in the hole, and you can almost eye it, for level, and then take it out, take the pot off, and put it, when you're ready, put it in. So if you got to that point, you slid that pot off the root mass there. What you'll likely see, because depending on how long they sit in the pots before the nursery gets rid of them, because it might be 2 steps from the nursery up north to a nursery like Rona or something, and into you, that those roots have now started to go around the inside of the pot.